everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to continue with our topic non-finite verbs. This is part 4. Well, we have already discussed non-finite verb in our earlier sessions as well. But from this session as well, we are going to revise non-finite verbs with some additional points. Because last time when we read non-finite verbs, we have left a few points over there which are very important for all of us to discuss. Now in this session or in these sessions, we are going to revise non-finite verbs with some additional points. So here we are going to elaborate non-finite verbs. In non-finite verb, in this session, we will discuss definition of non-finite verbs. So we have already discussed this earlier as well, but here because we are revising it, so I will tell you this again so that this is clear to us now. And other thing is types of non-finite verbs. So we are going to elaborate types of non-finite verbs over there. Then we'll read infinitives. Infinitives is basically a part of non-finite verb only. Then we will discuss usage of infinitives, then types of infinitives. So let's begin the session. First of all, let us discuss that what are non-finite verbs. As I told you earlier as well, that if something looks like a verb or if some word looks like a verb but it does not perform the function of a verb. Now, what is the function of the verb? Basically, the function of the verb is action or to state the possession or a state being of something. So, if a word claims that it is showing the action, it is showing the possession, or it is showing the state of being of someone, that is known as verb that we have already discussed in our verb chapter. But non-finite verb is actually a verb which looks like a verb but it does not perform any action, it does not show any state being, it does not show any possession. That type of word is known as non-finite verb. For example, now let me take some examples. Suppose I say that I am walking along the road. So walking along the road, it means in the direction of the road only. So I'm walking along the road. Now this walking is showing the action that I'm in moving position. I'm walking. This is action. So this is action. So this is a verb, of course. Now if I say walking is good for health or walking on grass. Let us take walking on grass in the morning is very healthy. In the morning is very healthy. Now here I have talked about the word walking, but does it show any action? Is it showing any action? No way. So this walking is not a verb. In fact, it is something else which is called non-finite verb. So walking on grass in morning is very healthy. So in this sentence you can say that this walking is not a verb. In fact, it is a gerund. Now what is gerund, that we'll discuss later on. But in short, for the time being, just keep this in mind that this is a non-finite verb. A word that looks like a verb but it is not a verb, that is known as non-finite verb. Now, we have already read some points that a word which looks like a verb but it is a noun. Now here, non-finite verb is not a noun actually, but it is somewhere different, or you can say some words which can be noun as well. Well, what is it? Let us elaborate in this session now. So first let us discuss the definition. Non-finite verbs are verb forms that do not function as the main verb. Of course, we talk about the main verb, and if the verb or if the word that looks like a verb, it is not behaving as the main verb in a sentence, but rather serve other grammatical purpose, that is known as non-finite verb. There are three main types of non-finite verbs. First is infinitives, gerunds, and participles. So we have infinitives, gerunds, and participles. These are three types of non-finite verbs and we'll discuss them one by one. So first, let us discuss them in brief. After that, we'll have the definitions and the examples of these verbs. So first, we'll elaborate this with the help of a diagram. So let me tell you, we will make a Venn diagram, and with the help of that Venn diagram, of course, Venn diagram in English, we are going to discuss. It means I'm just going to explain you that what is non-finite verb exactly. So you will get this idea with the help of this diagram. So let me try. First, suppose that we have a circle over here, then we have a circle over here, and then we have a circle over here. Now my drawing is not good, so don't go on that point, but I'm just trying to show you how we can discuss that this is non-finite verb. Now suppose we have a word that is verb. That is verb. Now we know well that what is verb? Anything that shows us the action. If this verb behaves like a noun, or if it behaves like an adjective. Now how? We'll elaborate. So just suppose we have a verb. Now verb shows us the actions. So we know well that verb shows action. And if a word that looks like a verb, but it does not perform any action, rather it behaves like a noun. It means whether it is behaving like a subject, or whether it is behaving like an object. If it means if the word is there which looks like a verb, but it is either a subject or the object of the sentence, or it is just the second word or just the substitution of a noun. For example, we know well that noun creates a subject or the object. So it is behaving either as a subject or an object. That word, if it looks like a verb, is known as maybe possible gerund, or maybe possible it looks like it is an infinitive. Now what does this mean? Let me elaborate this as well. Suppose there is a verb which has ing after it as suffix. It means if there is a word that is verb plus ing and it is behaving like a noun, it is known as gerund. But if it has a structure of 2 plus verb 1. Now suppose there is verb before which we have the preposition to. So we have the structure of 2 plus verb 1, but that is not behaving as a verb. Rather, it is behaving like a noun. It means it is either creating a subject or the object of the sentence. So that is known as infinitive. Now these two things, gerund and infinitive, these are non-finite verbs. Now let us take some examples. Suppose, let us take example on the second page. Suppose there is a sentence. Smoking is injurious to health. Smoking is injurious to health. Well, all of us know this. Injurious to health. Now this is the sentence. Here, is anyone smoking? No way. Here I have just shown this smoking, and I'm saying that this smoking is injurious to health. It means I'm talking about smoking over here. And we know well that subject is a thing which we talk about or who performs the action. So if I define a subject, it is somewhere like one who performs the action or whom we are talking about. So in this sentence, we are talking about smoking. So this smoking is behaving like a subject. And if it is like a subject, it means it is a noun. And if it is a noun, but it is verb with ing, it means it is a gerund. It means it is a gerund because here no action is going on. In fact, this smoking is behaving like a subject. That means it is a gerund because it is verb plus ing. Smoke plus ing, that is smoking. Now, as I told you, the sentence which we had read in the starting of this session, that is walking on grass in the morning is good for health or is very healthy. So that walking, walk plus ing, it means verb plus ing, that was behaving like a noun. That was a subject of the sentence. That means that was also a gerund. Now, if I say, I love. Now, what do I love? Here the question arises what? Now, the word which replies to the question what or whom is known as object. So if I say I love teaching, so what do I love? I love teaching. It means teaching is my passion. Again, teaching is a subject, but here teaching is an object. So this teaching is again a gerund. This teaching is again a gerund because it is again verb plus ing and it is behaving like an object in the sentence. So if any verb plus ing behaves like either a subject or the object in the sentence, either it is creating the subject or the object of the sentence, it is known as gerund. So the gerund is a non-finite verb. I hope this is clear to you all. Now let us move to the diagram again. Now this is the diagram that we had discussed. That is, if the verb does not perform any action and it rather behaves like a noun, and here we have the structure verb plus ing, this is known as gerund. Now we'll come to infinitive. Well, infinitive is somewhere in the structure or in the situation of when we do something to do something. Now, if the situation is there that when we do something to do something, that is known as infinitive. For example, if I say, let me just write this over here. When we do something. So this is the key line. So you must keep this in mind. When we do something to do something, if this is the situation to do something, and we are using a structure of 2 plus verb 1, this is known as infinitive. For example, I have decided to go. Now, here I have done a work. What work I have done? Decided. So this is action, this is verb. Now for what? What I have decided? I have decided to go. So this to go. Now this is not an action. I have not gone anywhere. But I have said to go. This thing I have decided. So this is behaving like an object. And if it is behaving like an object and in the structure of 2 plus verb 1, so this is known as infinitive. I tried. Now, what did I try? I tried to solve this matter. Now, what did I try? I tried to solve this matter. So, I did something. What I did something? I tried. This is the action. So, this is verb. And for what? To solve. So, this is infinitive. This is infinitive. As here to go is infinitive, here this to solve is infinitive. Now this is very, very simple. If anything or if the structure is there that is 2 plus verb 1, but it is not performing any action, that means it is an infinitive. Now let us get back to the diagram. I hope you understood all these points. Now we'll have another structure. Now what is it? If something is looking like a verb, or if a word is there which looks like a verb, but it is behaving like an adjective. Now, what is the key function of adjective? To state the quality of someone, to qualify a noun. What does an adjective do? It qualifies a noun or a pronoun. It means it describes noun anyhow. It states the quality of a noun. Now, if a verb behaves like an adjective, that is known as participle. Now, participle can be of various types that we are going to elaborate in our later sessions. But here we are just going to discuss that if the verb or the word which looks like a verb but it behaves like an adjective, that is known as participle. And let us have some examples. Suppose I say that developed country. Now, we have various countries. Many are developed countries, many are developing countries, many are underdeveloped countries. So, we have developed country. Sorry, C-O-U-N-T-R-Y, not countries. So, I'm talking about country. So, this is a developed country. Now, country is a noun. And developed is just telling us the quality of a country. And we know well that it is a verb plus ed, that is third form of verb. We know well that this is third form of verb, or you can say verb 3, but it is not behaving like a verb over here. Rather, it is telling us the quality of the country, or it is just describing this country. Therefore, this is not verb 3. In fact, it is past participle. Or in short, let us say this participle. What is past, what is present? We'll discuss this later on. So this is participle here because it is telling us the quality of a country and it looks like a verb. Now, if I say good people or good man or good boy, so that good is an adjective. That is not a verb. Of course, the word good is not a verb anyhow. But if I say developed, of course, this is a verb as well. Now, if I say mixed economy, so we know well that economy is noun and mixed is qualifying this economy or telling us the quality of this economy. So this is participle. But if I say I have mixed these pulses, now here we can say mixed is verb because this is an action. What I have done, I have mixed all these pulses. So here mixed is a verb, whereas in this part, this is a participle, which is qualifying the word economy. Now, if I say limited edition, or if I say revised edition, or if I say interesting movie, if I say burning train, you must have heard this phrase many times. In fact, this was the name of the movie as well, that burning train. So burning train, that burning is just stating the position of that train, which was at that time. So burning is actually, you can say the participle. Or if I say melting ice, so that melting is participle because it is stating the quality of that particular noun, or it is anyhow qualifying the noun. It is not behaving like an action over there. So all that thing is known as participle. So we have several participles. We have present participle, we have past participle, we have perfect participle, but that we'll discuss in the part of participle only. So this is how we can define non-finite verbs. I hope you understood all these things. Now let us get back to the slides. I hope this is clear to you all. Now we'll go to the slides, and here we are going to learn these three with definition and examples. So let us just go through because we have already understood all these points. So we are just going to go through it. An infinitive is the base form of verb, typically preceded by the word to. So first we are going to discuss infinitives. That is example, to go, to eat, to read. Infinitives are used in various ways, such as to express purposes, desires, as nouns, adjectives, or adverbs. So these are infinitives. Example, he wants to eat. So what does he want? He wants to eat. To swim is her favorite activity. So to swim is an infinitive over here. She asked him for what? To help. So this is the purpose. So this is infinitive. Now gerunds. A gerund is a verb form that ends in ing and functions as a noun in a sentence. Gerunds are used to talk about actions as objects, subjects, or complements. Swimming is a good exercise. So the swimming is subject over here. So this is gerund. She enjoys dancing. Now what? So this is replying to the word what, and the word which replies to the question what is an object. So this dancing is a gerund which is behaving like an object, though it looks like verb plus ing. His favorite activity is fishing. Now what? So this is again telling us about object. So this is fishing. Okay. Well, let us move to the next one. Participles. Participles are verb forms that can function as adjectives or used in various verb tenses. There are two types of participles in English: present participles that end in ing, and past participle often ending in ed or en or irregular forms. So this part we are going to elaborate in the part of participles only. The barking dog chased the squirrel. Now dog, who is barking? So barking dog, this barking is telling us the quality or the position of that particular dog, the state of that particular dog. So this barking is behaving like an adjective. This is participle. Broken vase needs to be repaired. Now, what type of vase? Broken. So, broken is telling me the quality of this vase. So, this is again participle. She had walked to the store when it started raining. Well, we'll elaborate these type of sentences in the part of participles only. Now, let us move to the next one. Here we are going to start with infinitives. As we have already learned these things in brief, but here we are going to elaborate infinitives. So let's begin with infinitive. First of all, let us discuss the definition. The infinitive is the base form of verb. It is often preceded by the word to. Now, base form, because in the base form, or the base form of the verb, or the form in which we get verb for the first time, that is called the base form. And infinitives are actually the base form. We do not add any suffix or prefix to them. They are only preceded by the word to. For example, if the verb is go, so to go will be infinitive. And go is basic form. Now we are not using goes, we are not using going. We cannot precede all these words going and goes by to. In fact, if it is in basic form, if it is in base form, it can be preceded by preposition to. So this is called infinitive. And is used in a variety of ways to express purposes, desires, subjects, objects, or after certain verbs, or adjectives and nouns. Now, whenever there is a requirement to show the purpose, to show the desire, we basically use infinitives. To infinitive. Now, infinitives can be of two types. What are the two types? We can have where one is to infinitive, in which we have verb 1, to plus verb 1, where we have this structure. But bare infinitives are the infinitives without to. We also call them infinitives without to. Infinitives without to. It means that whenever we have a structure of that is verb 1, but 2 is not there before it, only we have verb 1, that is known as bare infinitive. Now, there are many verbs which are always followed by bare infinitives only. That is a rule. So here we are going to discuss bare infinitives as well. Now, this is the verb form without to. Examples: write, play, be. It means I'm not just adding to before it. That is bare infinitive. Now let us proceed. Uses of infinitives. There are some verbs which are always followed by infinitives. Now, as I told you before as well, that whenever we have a situation, that is when we do something. Now, just keep this line in mind, that when we do something, to do something. Now, you should learn this line. This is a key line. When we do something, to do something. This is known as infinitive. Or this situation, whenever this situation happens, or whenever the situation is created, we have to use infinitives. That whenever we do something, to do something, this is called infinitives, or there is a need or requirement of infinitives. For example, agree, arrange, attempt, care, cease, consent, decide, determine, endeavor, fall, forget, hesitate, hope, learn, manage, neglect, prepare, promise, purpose, refuse, regret, remember, seem, swear, undertake. So all these are verbs after which there is necessary to use infinitive. But the purpose should be the same, that is when we do something, to do something. These verbs should show this purpose only. For example, I agree for helping you. Now, as I told you, if the word agree is over there, so we have to use, or we have to make it follow with an infinitive. But here we are using for helping, which is incorrect. So I agree for what? To help you. This is the purpose for my being agree with you. So I agree to help you. Now, to help is an infinitive after the verb agree. Now let us have some more examples. I managed for sounding calm. Now, for sounding is incorrect over here. In fact, it should be replaced with I managed for what? To sound calm. So to sound is an infinitive. I hope you got it now. Now let us move to the next one. She hesitates for introducing herself. No, for introducing is incorrect. He hesitates. What? Why? She hesitates to introduce herself. So, hesitates, she does this work for what? To introduce herself. So, she does this to do this. So, this is called infinitive. Now, let us move to the next one. Purpose or reason. To indicate the reason or purpose of an action. For example, she went to the store. Now, where she went to the store? For what? To buy groceries. So, to buy is infinitive. Just because this is the purpose of her to go to the store. Now, let us move to the next one. After the adjectives, for example, often used after certain adjectives to provide a reason or explanation. Now, I am happy. Why? To help you. So, this is the reason. So, to help is infinitive. Now, let us move to the next one. Subject of the sentence. Although less common, infinitives can be the subject. To err is human, to forgive divine. Now, you must have heard this proverb that human is a structure who will definitely make mistakes. But if you forgive anyone, it means you are divine or you are the structure of a divine. Now, let us move to the next one. After certain expressions, examples include it is time, it is easy, it is hard. So, these expressions can be followed by 2 plus verb 1. This, for example, it is time to go home. It is easy to talk with anyone. It is hard to leave. It is easy to start. It is hard to end. So this is the proverb you must have heard. So it is time to go. It is time to learn. It is time to sleep. We can use 2 plus verb 1 after these expressions. Now let us move to the next one. Split infinitives. Now this is again an important part. The very basic and but this is important. A split infinitive occurs when an adverb or adverbial phrase is inserted between 2 plus verb. It means whenever we have a structure 2 plus verb 1 and in between we add an adverb. So this structure is known as split infinitives, where we split this infinitive structure with the help of the adverb or adverbial phrase. For example, she decided to quickly complete the task. So to complete, and in between we have word quickly, which is emphasizing on the word complete. She decided to quickly complete the task. So placing quickly between to and complete emphasizes the speed of completing the task. Now let us move to the next one. He promised to faithfully support. Now to support, and in between we have an adverb. So faithfully is emphasizing the word support. Yes, of course she is going to support faithfully and with all her efforts honestly. So the adverb faithfully emphasizes the nature of the support, and placing it before the infinitive clarifies the intention. So this is called split infinitives. Now let us move to the next one. They wanted to carefully examine the evidence. Placing carefully before examine highlights the thoroughness of the examination. Now, bare infinitives, as mentioned, sometimes the infinitive form of the verb appears without to. It is common to use bare infinitive. An infinitive is used without to after the verbs like. Now, where it is important to use bare infinitives. Whenever we have a structure help, watch, bid, dare, hear, let, make, need, and see. Whenever we have these verbs in our sentences, we basically use bare infinitives. It means infinitives without to. Here we have main verb plus direct object plus infinitive. For example, let me go. Now if I say let me go. Now I cannot say let me to go. No, let me go means allow me to go. So let me go. So here we do not have to, but here we have a structure of bare infinitives, that is without to, verb 1 without to. So let me go. This is the example of bare infinitive. And I think that this is the most common sentence that we definitely use in our sentences, and all of us. Now let us move to the next one. I bid him to quit the organization. Now, to quit is incorrect. It should be replaced with I bid him quit the organization. I heard the alarm clock to buzz. No, it is not to buzz. It is I heard the clock buzz. After modal verbs, can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must. After these verbs or the modal verbs, we cannot have to. In fact, we just have verb first form. For example, she can sing beautifully. So can is a modal and sing is verb 1. After expressions like had, better, would, rather, etc. You had better leave now. So had better plus leave. Leave is verb first form, which is bare infinitive. If the structure is do plus dare, do plus need. Now this is the structure do plus dare and do plus need. The infinitive will be used. Infinitive means 2 plus verb 1. But as I told you that with dare and need, we cannot add 2. But if the structure is do plus dare and do plus need, we can use 2. Now there is another structure for do and dare. For dare and need, where bare infinitives can be used and where bare infinitives cannot be used. That we will discuss in detail later on. But obviously, I'm going to discuss that with you. You do not need worry about us. This is incorrect. In fact, it should be replaced with do not need to worry about us. Now, what is the structure? Do plus dare or do plus need? How did you dare come here? Now, how did you dare to come here? This will be the correct sentence. Now let us move to the next one. Prepositions but and except take infinitives without to. Again, if there are prepositions like but and except, after these we have verb first form but not to. There is no alternative but to help him. So to is incorrect. It should be replaced with there is no alternative but help him. So he has only one choice, that is to help him. I have nothing to do except to sit by the pool and relax. So again, because except is coming over here, we cannot add to. The correct sentence will be, I have nothing to do except sit by the pool and relax. Now, by the pool refers to near the pool or beside the pool. So I hope you understood all these points. So now I'm ending this session. Thanks to you. Well, again, we'll meet in the next session and we'll elaborate this concept again, that is need and dare. So thanks to you.